Greetings and welcome everybody to the Beers and Bodyslams podcast. We're back to full strength, and your snack pack on a pole champion is here. Sitting across from me is a man who always has the right thing to say, even when it's the wrong time to say it. Good old JB.
Sitting to my left, you may know him as the Beignet Bandit. We refer to him as Mr. Fluffy.
Ooh, a New Orleans reference.
The
I
Beignet
like
Bandit.
That.
That's
Beignet
nice.
Bandit. Yeah, that's right. And the man sitting across from me, who is the masked Muffalano.
Oh,
Good old Irish.
I didn't get the memo. We were doing New Orleans references. I want to go back and do mine.
Masked Muffalano.
The Creole Kid. Good old JB. No, I'm kidding. We've
masked
got
Muffalano.
a great show. We're back to full strength, obviously, and we're already about a beer and a half in. So that second show is going to be a doozy. We're so glad to be back here at full strength. We've got Raw, we've got Smackdown, we've got news, and we are less than 2 weeks from
A week from Sunday.
WrestleMania. Can you believe it? We've gotten off the dirt road, the cart path, the wooden rails. Now we've gotten off the off ramp. Now we're literally driving
brick road.
We are driving in the HOV lane.
We can see the sign in the distance.
That's right. We could already smell Bourbon Street. It's that far. It's where I'm very excited. You can tell. We've got that. Plus, we have a pretty stellar beer, which most of us are pretty much already killed by now.
Yeah.
And we're going to talk about that and so much more when we come right back.
This is the Beers and Bodyslams podcast
I'm afraid I've got some bad news.
with your host, Mr. Fluffy,
Hello, ladies.
good old JB,
Booty-O's! They make sure you ain't booty.
and the Irish O'Leary.
There's only one word to describe you, and I'm gonna spell it out for you. A-A-W-S-T!
This is the only podcast bringing you craft beer and pro wrestling that really matters.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, E-Generation X proudly brings to you its WWF Tag Team Champion of the World, the Road Dogg, Jesse James, the Badass Billy Gunn, the new.
And that's the bottom line, the Stone Cold said so.
All right, Fluff, what have we consumed already?
We are drinking from Stone Brewing Company. We are drinking Totalitarian, which is their Russian Imperial Stout. And it is really, really good.
Totes.
And it's not like super boozy as in overpowering. It's got a really good flavor. It's nice and smooth. It's good.
And
I
it's
like it a lot.
10.6%.
Yeah, you can feel it.
Yeah, this is a one and done type beer.
Yeah.
It's really good though. And for the alcohol content, it actually is smooth.
Yeah.
But you definitely feel it after halfway through. You're like, oh, it's got some punch to it. So
Yep.
good stuff. I like it.
Yeah, I know what's coming, and I'm like, oh God, driving home's gonna be a challenge.
Yeah.
Isn't there like a coffee, like as far as they how they promote it? It's like coffee flavor or something. To the
Stouts always have like that roasty flavor
Yeah.
to them. Yeah. But
don't get a lot of that, but
it's a natural, this sort of in there.
Gotcha.
This is a good dessert beer. Like this would be really
yeah.
good with like a piece of chocolate cake or something like that. This is the kind of beer you open up at the end of a meal when you're having dessert. This would be really, really good.
Or
instead of the Ambien, you just drink this. And you'll be
and then
knocked-
you drink
out.
then you get killed.
That's right.
You just watch yourself fall over and go, oh.
Hammered.
Yeah, it's oh my
Good
god,
beer.
it's really good. No, I like it. We like Stone. We've had Stone a couple times, so this is really, really good. It's funny is it was Irish's Beer Week, and I just bought a big bottle of this. And the fact you brought the little ones was even better. So I'm like, I get to try it before I get it. So I'm awesome.
Yeah, it's really good. We've got we had some new listeners, and they're beer snobs, and they really like the first 10 minutes of our show. So they always listen to like the first 10 minutes,
And then go on from there.
It's like, oh, the wrestling, maybe not so much.
Yeah, but it's good though. I like it a lot.
But they were commenting how we have the Choco Cerveza.
Yeah.
Choco Cerveza.
Yeah.
And they're like, dude, we went and got some, and they loved every drop of it.
Yeah.
And this is the cool thing about, we have ABC stores here in Florida.
Total Wine, ABC.
Total Wine, ABC. But I usually go to the ABC stores, and their beer selection is always really, really good.
It surprised me.
Yeah.
The first
Yeah.
time I went to ABC, I didn't expect that.
Yeah. They remodeled a couple years ago to add a lot more beer. I remember I was talking to them.
And the cool thing is when you go to the different stores, you could tell the beers that do really well. So like the Orlando store that we go to here, which is right near Walt Disney World.
Yeah.
They sell out of Funky really quick.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But I go to one in Mount Dora, which is about an hour north of here, and they always have tons of Funky left over because they don't know about that Funky, man. They sell out that Michelob, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, boy.
But the cool thing is if you, like I go in every couple of weeks, and it's like they rotate, and they always have a great selection of beer.
Yeah.
So, it also helps to become friends with the person who orders the beer from them.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Just saying.
So, but great beer. I'm sure we'll talk about it more. We got some headlines. We got some news. But before we get to straight wrestling news and headlines,
Right?
JB and I went on a field trip.
Yes, we did.
We talked about it
did
last
you?
week a little bit.
Finally went to that S&M store and got matching.
That's right. We got the mouth to mouth mask that you zip together. Yeah. No, we had the opportunity. Irish was busy. You had something going on, so JB and
I was busy doing Irish things.
the Irish thing.
I was a man amongst the people, from what I understand.
That's right.
Yes, man amongst the people. JB and I went to NXT Live in Tampa.
Nice.
Great experience.
If NXT comes near you, and they usually play small venues in Florida and a couple other places, seeing their house shows is amazing.
Yeah.
We paid $10 for our tickets.
Jeez.
Third
it was
row.
$10.40 with the service charge. That was it.
40 whole cents.
Yep.
And we were third row. We were really close, and we saw an amazing show. It was 2 hours of really, really good wrestling. Some of the things that stood out, we got to see Adam Cole.
Yes.
Say it right.
Adam Cole, baby.
And him and Kyle O'Reilly went out there as a tag team and just tore it up.
Who are they wrestling?
A guy named Dan Mathis and Kona Reeves. Who Kona Reeves actually was pretty good.
Yeah,
I
he
liked
was.
him a lot. Out of the two of them, Kona, he is Hawaiian.
Hence the name Kona.
But
Kona.
like Hawaiian, you look at him and you immediately go, "You're Hawaiian." Like he's that like distinctive looking, and he was really good. What made that match fun was Adam Cole and Kylie clearly won. They destroyed.
Yeah.
But then after that, Dan Matha, who looked like Ryback, had been put in the wash and shrunk.
I literally got the feed me more chance.
Yeah, we had
started.
to feed him more. He did look like if you took Ryback and shrunk him in the wash a little bit,
I literally got the chance started. Feed me more.
and then put him out
Good
there.
for you.
Oh my god!
How did he react?
He did not.
He
like
did not
that
like
at all.
because we were on his side. We were on the heel side of the ring for the tag team, so he
That's
was
funny.
right next to us.
He did not like that at all.
I'm sure he did not.
So Kona got most of the beat in the first match, and O'Reilly and Cole just beat the crap out of him. So after the match, Kona is like standing, like barely standing, and his partner Ryback Jr. is in the ring, going,
so funny.
"We're not done," and like picking like, "We want competition." And then all of a
He
sudden,
actually
music
said,
started- Yep, might as well have.
Dang.
He said, "Feed me more.
Well, was
I
it-
don't want to work here no more." And then War Machine came out and just beat the living schnizzles out of the two of them. It wasn't a match. It was just War Machine destroying people. It was.
That's awesome.
It was good.
And it's my first time seeing War Machine in person.
Yeah.
And they are big boys.
They are, and they can move too.
They
yeah.
move, man. The
Yeah,
speed
they're
they
scary.
generate in the ring is freaky. Like I've seen big guys that can move that way before.
Right.
But these guys, the two of them are
Yeah.
freaky to watch.
I watched some of their classic matches from Ring of Honor, and I'm like, that's just not possible.
Yeah.
And they do it really well, and they're so light on their feet for big guys.
Yeah.
That's a big deal. I'm glad you got to see them. You literally you got to see some of ROH's finest.
Yeah.
exactly. Basically,
Then we had another surprise.
Feed me more.
being poached.
Buddy Murphy comes out.
Hey. Hey, what's up, Mr. Bliss?
Mr. Bliss. He comes out. He has a good reaction until they announce that this match is for the UK title and the entire building of 1,500 people explode. because we know Pete Dunne's coming. And Pete Dunne comes out in the full jacket with the belt, comes out, puts the belt in his mouth, stands in the middle of the ring.
Which is the best belt in the company, by the way.
Oh my God.
Truth.
Yeah,
Oh my
that
God.
United
That's a
Kingdom.
great belt.
And those two had the best match of the night. Tore the house down for
15 minutes.
Back and forth. Like you knew Pete was going to win.
Right.
And at no point did ever think, oh, Buddy has a chance, but Buddy kept fighting him and wouldn't let him win easy.
He had a lot of near falls, though, which made it compelling.
Right.
It was really good.
When you were watching the UK, the UK
The tournament?
championship tournament, thank you, I couldn't remember the word. Pete Dunne stood out way above everybody else, and I'm like, that dude is money.
Him and the who did he fight for the championship? Was it
Tyler Bates?
Tyler Bates.
Yeah,
Tyler Bates.
Pete
Single.
Dunne, I wish they'd bring him into the company as main roster because he looked so good. And what JB and I were commenting is watching his match, he has the ability to show emotion with no words. His facial expressions are spot on during his match.
His mannerisms.
His mannerisms.
When they were talking about, like, a news story hit a couple weeks ago that the WWE was thinking about bringing in some more belts. Yeah, I was thinking, oh, please bet it be the UK belt. They don't have to create the belt. Just bring him up. Bring that whole group up.
Exactly.
Because it was a great.
Well,
tournament.
they make it their own show. That's the rumor. Is I've read now twice this week on different websites that supposedly they're talking about. They want to create a UK performance center. They want to create an entire promotion over in the UK with Pete Dunne and all of them as the basis.
That'd be huge.
And then that they'll be on the network. It'll still be a show on the network, but then they'll do house shows over there.
Right.
And then for like the big events like WrestleMania and SummerSlam, some of the guys will come over for the main card, but they may get their entire show and that they're going to build a performance center to build talent, bring the trainers here to learn, and then send them back and let them run an entirely second performance center. So that's...
Looks like I picked the wrong week to stop climbing Mustache Mountain.
Yeah, but that's
what I did there.
But Pete Dunne was amazing. Another person that really impressed me, there was a 6-woman tag, and there was a girl, Renee Riley. She was from Australia. She was in the Mae Young Classic. Right. I've seen her on Mae Young. I remember seeing her before. Yeah. But she was impressive in the ring.
Cool. Who else was in the match?
It was her, Jesse Alabin, who was dumb. Dakota Kali, which was
Dakota.
Yeah, she's okay. Aaliyah, who's been there forever.
Yeah, she's gonna have to pee or get off that pot.
And then Vanessa
hasn't evolved at all.
Vanessa Bourne, who does like a Brazilian thing. And this other girl, yeah, she was pretty good. This other girl that I forget her name, Tonya Cotty.
Oh, that name rings a bell.
Yeah, she wasn't bad either, but Renee definitely stood out. She's, it was JB who said it when we talked about earlier. It was like if you took Charlotte and Beth Phoenix and combined them together.
Wow.
She's tall, she's cute, she's blonde, but she's muscular, she's quick, and she looks good in the ring.
Yeah, she really does. Yeah. She's got a bright future. Obviously, we don't know her personality, or she didn't talk or anything, but she has a presence in person that would lend itself to success for her down the road if she can, capture the other part of the business.
Yeah,
nice.
And then the main event of the night, there was other matches, but the main event that we had fun with was Ricochet versus Velveteen Dream, which was a great match too. It was second to the Pete Dunne Buddy Murphy match. But it was a good match. Velveteen is amazing. Ricochet looked good. It was a good match.
He doesn't even play to the crowd that much, but Velveteen gets so much reaction, and it's even on a bigger scale for me than Goldust.
Oh yeah.
When he first started, because more of his was just the shock of the character,
right?
But it's like he's a heel, but people like him, and it's like it's a weird,
he was
asexual gimmick.
He was,
it was weird.
It's very much a Prince.
Yeah.
Oh, it's Prince and Goldust combined.
Yeah, but he did a series with Aleister Black.
Yeah,
it was truly amazing, and I didn't think it would be all that great.
Yeah.
And
the contrast in characters was what
so good.
That's exactly what did it for me.
Yeah, that's great. So you didn't see like any of the big names, like
we saw Adam Cole.
We didn't see CN. No. Adam Cole, like I said, was there.
Ricochet, I know they're hoping on.
Ricochet.
We saw him with the younger guys.
He's getting his. I guess he's getting used to things before they debut. On
Same
TV.
with War Machine. War Machine's the same way. Like, I know they want big things for them.
I mean, I guess the only two people that the quote unquote big names were CN and Ember Moon.
Yeah,
were the
we
only
didn't see
two
them.
really
We
that
didn't see Authors of Pain.
Authors of Pain.
They wrestled the night before in Lakeland. They weren't
so
there.
they probably had the night off that group.
But I will say is we were looking at the Lakeland card. Nothing against their Lakeland card, but we got the better show.
Yeah.
Like, we definitely had the better show.
Yeah, definitely.
Cool.
But it was really good. Now, there was a moment for us. So they had a raffle. And the winner of the raffle won a Mae Young chair, like a folding chair from the Mae Young Classic, signed by a bunch of the competitors.
Ooh.
JB lost by one number.
Oh.
So the guy in front, they were handing out raffle tickets.
Heartbreaker.
And like the number
Story
that
of my
won was
life.
978. He had 979. I had 980. Like, literally, it was that, like, and what's even funnier is the guy that won was the guy in front of us who was in line in front of us. Like,
Dang.
damn.
Yeah,
It was like, oh.
They did too, and the first person didn't claim it.
Yeah.
I guess they had went out of the arena, or whatever. So they
Ain't gotta
did
be
it.
there to win.
They did it again, and I'm like, oh, I might be. And then it came down to the last number. I was like, oh shit, literally one number.
And Percy was a host, and he was pretty good.
He actually, he was
I
actually.
hate Percy.
No,
I'm
he was
sorry.
really good. I don't like him
on commentary.
He's awful.
It came across as different though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
him
Person?
hosting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was a lot less scripted and a
Yeah.
lot more of his personality.
He was having fun.
yeah.
good.
I think he'd be honestly, I don't want to see him do commentary,
He'd be better as a host.
host or backstage interviews.
Yeah.
Like, I'd rather see him do like a Renee Young kind of like where he does interviews and he does like that.
He has a good personality
Yeah.
in person, actually.
He
Yeah.
definitely would do that stuff good. So, but
Oh, so he's like that girl you don't want to date in school, but she's got a good personality.
yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
exactly.
Something like that.
But it was good. We
Shout
had a
out to those
blast.
girls.
If NXT comes near you,
Ooh.
go,
Dodge it.
go.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
It was amazing. But
He said dodge it.
all right, so on to some news. All right, so we got some Hall of Fame news. We have confirmed.
Oh, God, I hate every bit of this news.
We've got 2 confirmed inducting people.
Yes.
I've called one of
The
them.
first off, we have Paul Heyman inducting Goldberg.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I heard that here 2 months ago.
I know
Yep.
you said it and it makes no sense to me, and I still don't agree with it.
Yep. Stupid. Go ahead.
Who else
next.
would induct him?
Who else would induct Goldberg?
Eric Bischoff?
Bischoff. Bischoff would be the one
Bischoff,
person I would.
Nash,
Nash, maybe.
Hogan, if he was still in good terms with the company.
Not Bret Hart.
Pretty sure. Definitely
I
not
would
him.
say Eric Bischoff. If
Bischoff,
he had any
yeah, I
relationship,
think-
Bischoff would make the
I think
most
Bischoff
sense.
makes it. Yeah.
Paul Heyman makes the least sense to me, and
Yeah.
I get they're playing it off the whole program that he had with Brock Lesnar last year, but it just sucks.
Yeah, it makes no sense.
hate it.
Sting could have induced him. Like anybody.
Induced?
Sure.
Anybody from WCW inducted him.
Apparently he's pregnant.
Well,
Anybody from
if
WCW.
anybody can induce him, it's Sting.
Booker T could have inducted him. Anybody with a WCW connection.
English, do you speak
I know.
it?
The other news.
10.6%.
The other news
He going.
is Double J will be inducted by the Road Dogg.
I didn't hear that one.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
It broke yesterday. It's official.
It's the weirdest. It's the weirdest thing ever.
Road Dogg.
Yeah.
Well, remember,
he worked for TNA for years.
That was his. That's how he came up.
Well,
though.
no, remember
wasn't he his
he's
lackey?
called the Road Dogg
Because he was with Jeff Jarrett.
He was
I forgot they had
Double
that.
J, Jeff Jarrett, and then the whole angle of Jarrett didn't really sing his songs. It was actually Road Dogg singing his songs, and Jarrett was lip syncing them, and do, and that's where Road Dogg got his name, was
I
from being a
forgot about
roadie.
that. I
wow,
forgot
you
about
went
that.
redneck. What the hell?
Roadie?
Stop drinking that beer, boy.
No shit.
I could have thought of other people that would be better than induct him.
I
into
can
the-
say
Not named
who?
Kurt Angle.
not named Kurt
Who,
Angle.
who do you think? Honestly, I don't know. I can't think of anybody. I don't think it's that bad.
That he still has ties to.
AJ maybe.
Yeah,
Maybe.
but
But that
AJ was still my number one pick.
But they wouldn't let AJ. The problem with that is they wouldn't let AJ talk about the things that would make AJ and him relevant. You know what I'm saying?
You're not gonna have two Impact guys
Yeah, that's the
sharing
problem.
that stage.
is you're not going to let AJ go out there and say, this is the man that gave me a chance.
Yeah.
Another promotion.
It shines too much spotlight on the other company.
Exactly.
Whatever. The other company doesn't exist.
Well, in my mind, it doesn't.
Anyway, great. Yay. I'm still not over the Kid Rock going in.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway,
All right.
moving forward.
I've got a quick opinion piece, then we'll get on to Raw and SmackDown real fast. Okay. So the rumor is that they're repackaging Bray Wyatt. The end of the Great War and him going into the Lake of Reincarnation. So I don't think it'll be a full repackage. I think it'll be an adjustment to the character. I'm hoping that maybe bring him back with people or give him something.
Didn't I tell you he needed to be repackaged?
Yeah, but what's your opinion on repackaging? What do you think they'll do?
I can't, like I said, that's a writer's job when I mentioned that a couple of weeks ago, but they need to do something with him because he's floundering. Like I said, either he needs another family or they need to bring a Sister Abigail in. They need to do something because the way he's going, he won't be long for the company. I don't think it's going to be anything drastic.
Yeah, I don't think so either. I think it'll be very subtle.
It may be something similar to when Daniel Bryan was with the family, where they have him and Matt team up in some weird woken.
I was going to say, how do you feel about that? Because I think that's the direction they're going.
And then
you think they're going to move in with Matt?
Maybe they can do something off of that.
In the house shows, they're still wrestling each other, but they're like hugging on each other.
Yeah,
so they join forces for.
Maybe he's like under a spell or some weird thing where he's, his mind is changed and then they break it off. I don't know.
My favorite pictures online is Bray superimposed over his dad's body, be like IRS Jr. And I used to that joke too. I'm like, I just want to be IRS Jr.
He should come back as like a mix between Bray Wyatt and Brother Love. Paint his face red. Just be screwed up.
Got a couple news items on my own.
Just be screwed up.
All right.
Get you independent news.
It's fake news, though. It's fake news.
It's fake news.
Whatever.
We don't say that here.
It's all fake anyways.
It's pro wrestling. It's all fake.
That's right. I said it's all fake anyways.
So apparently they were going to go with the Bailey heel turn, but apparently they nixed that for whatever reason.
I don't know. That segment this week was not exactly clear.
It looks like they're going to go with Sasha, that one that turns. For whatever reason, they decided to do that, but. Also, apparently, it's so funny to me that, and I know that Irish loves to talk about John Cena, but the fact that he's actually up for 2 movie roles, that he's
Duke Nukem,
that one, and there's another one he's doing,
Dork Nukem.
But I'm like, the thing is, didn't he criticize The Rock for this a couple years ago?
We don't talk about that. And Blockers is coming out in like 2 weeks.
And it's like the same thing he criticized this man for an entire year. He's following the same footsteps.
Yep.
And like no one bats an eye at. You know what I mean?
Oh, no. People are batting an eye. No. People are batting an eye. Don't think people are letting it go.
I just find it ironic that, now he sees the light all of a sudden and realizes you can't wrestle for 60 years. Like you have to have a life once this is done.
This whole week, with the way he was mimicking the Undertaker and all that good stuff.
Oh, and the whole throating thing and sitting up. Okay,
I was gonna be very, very real with you. As real as I get. I do not want to see Mark Calloway, no matter what version of the Undertaker comes out. I don't want to see him in a wrestling ring. I don't want to see him
unless he's signing autographs.
Yeah, exactly. Unless he's saying, "Hey, everybody, it's good to see you. Happy WrestleMania," and I'm going to GTFO.
Yeah,
I don't want to see him wrestle. I just don't. It's the same thing. I feel the same way about when Ric Flair went to TNA, and he had bills to pay, so he was in a wrestling ring, and all his stuff was flabby.
Yeah,
he looked like you take one good shot, and he's going to explode.
It's just not how you want to remember.
No, he's destroying his legacy
for a guy that was the locker room leader for years and a stalwart, wise man that you go to for inspiration and wisdom and all stuff, to then say, "Oh, I'm got one more match in me." No, you don't. You don't have another match. I
wouldn't say he's destroying his legacy, but like
but he has a possibility of doing that.
The guy's doing what he loves. I mean, who are we to say you shouldn't do what you love to do? But at the same time, that's not, as a fan, that's not how you want to remember them.
No, I agree with Irish on the whole. I won't want to remember Flair. Last thing I want to remember Flair is
The Shawn Michaels.
Shawn
I
Michaels
love
saying
you.
"I love you."
I'm
and then kicking him.
sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, and kicking him. The stuff he did in TNA. Now, if he had just showed up in TNA and never got in the ring,
Yeah.
and was just sort of a support character and a manager,
Would have been fine.
that'd have been great.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. I don't think he's destroying his legacy, but that galvanizing moment of taking off the coat
Yeah.
and the gloves and the hat
Yeah, it's a
and
perfect
walking out of the
ending.
ring,
Yeah.
you can't write anything better than that.
You can't.
And for this whole thing with Cena, it just makes no sense. And I just don't
But
care.
it's specifically for Cena.
correct.
It does nothing for The Undertaker.
Correct.
And that's what this is all about. And that's what I don't like about it. It's self-serving.
Correct.
Now, a
Because
friend
he
of the
doesn't have a feud. So you're going to drag him out of retirement, basically, so that you can have a match on the card.
Now, a friend of the show of ours, Dave, had a good idea. We talked about this
Yeah.
when we went to Cook a Can and we were
But it's still,
sitting around.
it goes back to what Ira says. But
Yeah.
Go ahead and tell him.
We were talking about how he should come out as American Badass,
Still.
and that he retired the Undertaker character as in the Dead Man, Evil Dead Man, and this time he comes out, but it was he retires both characters basically.
But he didn't, because he came out on the 25th anniversary as the Dead Man.
Yeah, I agree.
That's the problem.
He
I
came
love the
out,
idea.
But he didn't wrestle.
Doesn't matter. That character came out on the 25th
Yeah.
anniversary.
But he can come out as the motorcycle, as the he can come out because then, like we talked about during it, is,
I think that's what's going to happen.
Is
Just
he-
despite Cena, he won't come out as an Undertaker. He'll come out as American Badass.
and it solves the problem of him walking down
And
to the
that-
ring and
that-
taking 14
that gives
hours.
Kid Rock a purpose of being there.
That's
at
the other
show.
thought.
But other than that, like you said, I don't want to see it.
I don't either. I
I don't
agree.
either. It's just
It's 5 years too late.
yeah, totally. And to your point, Cena's doing the exact same thing, and it's not endearing. Like when The Rock came back, it was great, and we're jaded. Let me rephrase that. I'm jaded. I don't want to see John Cena anymore, and the reason that I don't is for what's happened the last 2 months. He had an opportunity at the pay-per-view and he lost. He had an opportunity at the next pay-per-view, lost. Had an opportunity on Raw, lost. Had an opportunity on SmackDown, lost. Dude, Jesus Christ, man. I know you're John Cena and all,
How many chances do you get?
but God bless. You only get so many chances to find a hole. Eventually,
Eventually, the whole
that evening
finds
is done.
you. Eventually, the whole finds you.
Or you find the door. One of the
No,
two.
I agree with you though. It just makes no sense. And the only way this would have worked in any excitement is it was built either career versus career, legacy
Yeah.
versus legacy, or it was built to say, even Cena admitted, okay, I've got one last WrestleMania match. Whether you believe it or not, he's going to come back. But you could build it up this way, go like, I've got one last WrestleMania match in me that I know I can do. So there's only one person I want to go against, and that'd be Taker.
The sad part is that he's going to actually have to carry the match.
Oh, no, it is.
That's what the
But if you built it up that way, if you built it sort of icon versus icon, like they did The Rock and Cena, legacy versus legacy, the idea of this is both their last great ride of a generation that they were in a generation together. It would work, but it's just the buildup has been horrible. It's, the whole Kane match this week was bad. It was just all bad.
yeah.
So, all right.
Moving on.
All right. Before we move on, I do want to thank Stone Brewing for your totalitarian 10%.
Irish should get
That's
all
right.
the speaking rules from now on.
Totalitarian Imperial Russian Stout.
Good stuff.
It's really good.
It's all gone.
It's all gone. All right. So on to the two main shows. Did we really need to see Lesnar beat Roman again?
It's always fun for me. I don't care. Beat his ass. I don't care. No, we didn't. It's gratuitous at this point because what it does is it what's the word I'm looking for? It gives away what they're doing at Mania.
Yeah. Roman's winning.
Well,
Roman's winning.
It's propping him up to overcome the odds, and they're trying to garner sympathy for him
And it's not
to
working.
make him become a fan favorite. And he's never going to be what they want him to be.
Yeah.
until he actually does turn heel, and then they'll start cheering for him.
And I give Irish credit for that.
We know how that goes.
You ruined me on this segment before the segment was even ruined.
Sorry.
Is he? No. And I said this. He comes out and he's in his wrestling gear. He's in his pants. He's in his shirt.
Well, I told
he's
you
got
that
his
last
wrestling. But even as saying, I don't. If he's coming out of the crowd,
That's what I said. He was
He
just
should
suspended.
be-
Why are you dressed to wrestle?
yeah, it makes no sense whatsoever.
Yeah, I had a problem with that. It's
Yeah.
just it didn't and it's just the little details that make
Yeah.
the biggest
Yeah.
difference. You know,
It's storytelling 101. And, you know, if there's a piece of the story that doesn't make sense,
Yeah.
it's hard to suspend your disbelief.
Yeah.
And that's what we're doing. We're trying to suspend disbelief.
Yep.
He comes out of the crowd wearing jeans and a t-shirt.
something
It could
we've
be-
never seen before.
It could be one of his t-shirts.
Yeah.
I don't care. He's wearing jeans and a t-shirt, and he's wearing this big, Doc Martin looking shoes or wrestling boots anyway. I can go for it.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah.
And then he gets his butt whooped, and you're like, oh, well, that's what happens when you
Exactly.
come out of the crowd.
Yeah.
You should get your ass whooped.
Yeah. All right.
So, yeah.
All right. So then I'm going to give we're going to talk about the two sides of the coin on the Steph Triple H, Ronda Rousey, Kurt Angle match in my eyes. There was a great video of Steph and Triple H. I thought it was a really, really well put video.
It was.
Steph, Steph saying the things like, we make the rules, we write the rules. Triple H saying, this is our world. That was an amazing video. It was concise. It was intimidating. It was perfect. And then Ronda comes out for real, and they have the worst segment against Absolution, and it's horrendous. To the point where I got annoyed at one point, more than one point, but the point of it was when Ronda was about to beat the crap out of like Mandy Rose, and Kurt Angle was standing over like trying to stop her. And I'm like he's like her controller. And Ronda had this look in her eye like a dog. Like it doesn't really, like she wasn't really a person. And she was listening to somebody telling her what to do. It was so bad. Let Ronda destroy people.
Remember my theory, what I told you about a couple weeks ago, what's going to happen at WrestleMania with her?
It's going to turn on Kurt.
I could totally see that.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like, she's uncomfortable right now, and it's going to take
And that's
her-
normal, though.
It's going to take, but I'm like, they're risking overexposure right now to someone that's not ready to be in that situation. She's getting cheers just because the fact that she's there. People
Yeah.
wanted her there.
Yeah.
Eventually, that's going to wear off.
It's the Hardy Boys problem.
The more bad segments or more, I wouldn't even say bad segments because she
it was
doesn't.
a bad
She
segment.
doesn't know any better yet. So the more situations you put her in where she's not able to succeed, you're going to expose her and they're going to turn on her really quickly. And I don't think that's what they want yet, because they got. I mean, just for point in case, the fact that Ronda's there, Stephanie and Triple H were on ESPN this morning.
Yeah.
On First Take. So they were doing national media shows, which is what this was intended to be in the first place.
No, I have no problem with that. I'm saying is the Triple H and Stephanie segment was really good.
No, but I'm saying have Ronda in taped segments right now.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
But hang on, you're missing. You just missed a major point. This has nothing to do with Ronda Rousey.
No, it doesn't.
No.
Everything about Stephanie
Yeah,
and Triple
yeah.
H.
No, I agree with that.
And the thing is they're exposing her. There's a piece of me in the back of my mind that's like, that's on purpose. They're doing that on purpose.
Possibly to bring her to let them know that she's there to be an enhancement for Stephanie.
You're an enhancement talent, and don't for 1 minute think that you signed a contract and now you're going to be anything major, because your whole job is to make my wife look good. And it's sad. It ruins it for me, because they're making Triple H and Stephanie, the power couple. The Authority is back, boys and girls, and I never wanted to see that. And I literally was watching the promo thinking, wow, this is really good. And then Stephanie's like, she should fear me. I was like, on what effing planet is that even coming out of your face?
But that's the buildup I want, though. I want them to go
Fear
in.
her as a boss,
Yeah,
not as a
I
competitor.
want Stephanie and Triple H to go into this match with confidence and arrogance. That's what they're building. My problem is not that. My problem is that segment was either poorly written, when she took on Absolution.
Shocking. Probably.
Or she wasn't prepared for it because it looked sloppy, and it was really her in the ring looked good. Like when she was putting moves on, it looked really, really good.
That's what she does.
But it was
the moves aren't the problem.
It was the problem it was actually Angle. It was Angle that became the problem because I felt like he took away from the segment because I just wanted Ronda to beat the crap out of him, then run away.
He's out
and her
there as an experienced veteran to kind of guide her through these segments. She's not ready to be out there on her own. And then put that on top of the fact that you got two people in Absolution that literally just got called up to the main roster.
Right.
That still aren't ready. They're not on Paige's level.
No, and they are.
Let alone.
And with Paige's injury, it's ruined. It's ruined a lot of that
let
momentum.
alone be able to carry a segment with a newbie and Ronda Rousey.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of bad parts in that segment that
Poorly
shouldn't have
written.
been in there. Yeah.
There are other women that were available that weren't used on that show that could have been much better.
You could have just sent Paige out there for
fodder.
that. It wouldn't have made sense, but you could have sent Paige out. She could
Just to run her mouth.
She could have just came on the ramp and talked to Ronda. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was bad. It was, and I feel bad because when Ronda was being physical, it was good.
Yeah.
It was when Kurt got involved and tried to like stop her, and she got that like pouty look of like that bulldog.
Why are you stopping me?
Why are you stopping me?
Ronda Crush.
Ronda hurt people. Why you stop? Why Kurt
why
stop?
you stop? She
Why-
about to get these hands.
Yeah, that's when I was like, it ruined the whole.
Excuse me. She's about to get these hands.
But it ruined the whole segment. If you just let her go in there, like I don't want Kurt out there. I want Absolution to come out and then her just literally obliterate Absolution and then just grab the mic and go, okay, there you go, Stephanie, and then drop the mic and walk away. Like basically respond to the video, not with so many words, by just beating the crap out of somebody and going, you know, are you scared now? Or
I'm afraid.
or even she could have said, like, oh, Stephanie, I'm really scared of you. And then thrown the mic and walked out as Absolution is basically laying in the ring in pieces.
They need to.
That's great.
Speaking of Absolution, they need to add Sasha to that group.
Yep.
With Paige not being able to get physical.
Yeah.
That group is going to flounder really quickly.
Oh, yeah.
Unless they add someone to lead that group physically other than Paige.
Yeah, Paige can be the outside
She can still be
person.
the mouthpiece.
Yeah.
But they need to add another third person to that group.
Yeah. And speaking of the speaking of the Bailey Sasha thing, I went back and I watched the Becky Lynch. I don't know what the WWE Network calls it, but it's the best of Becky Lynch thing.
Yeah, the playlist.
Yeah. And watching her matches with Sasha back when Sasha was a full on bitch heel.
Yeah.
I was like, oh yeah, that's the Sasha Banks that we need today.
Yeah.
And it was nice to finally see that start to come to fruition.
She got kind of brutal with Bailey.
She did.
Oh,
God,
she threw
man.
Brutal into the locker.
I was like, I've been thrown into a locker. That doesn't feel good.
And she kept yelling,
She did it
really?
twice.
Yeah.
Really? That was the best part when she kept going, really?
Yeah.
Really?
Thank you, Miz.
I know, right?
Trademark.
Yeah.
The Miz.
Well, thinking of the Miz, we had
Segue.
a very fun little Miz TV segment.
Yeah.
He calls out the Miz Taraj, and it was fun. It was great. When Bo called Miz a phony A-lister, and
They
again,
can't fight.
they can't fight. The facial expressions on the Miz are everything.
Right.
And they really built it up. It was one of the best segments I've seen in months.
The best part for me is when he mentioned Mr. Perfect.
Oh, I know.
I'm better than Mr. Perfect. Oh, I shouldn't have said that.
It was a slip. It was a slip.
It was the best
You almost
acting.
thought he said it on
the
purpose,
best
like he really
acting
did slip.
Yeah, it's the best acting he's done. He's like
Sorry, I didn't mean to say I slipped.
But
turning
even
that head,
Yeah.
like, what did you say,
Yeah.
mother?
yeah, but even Balor and Seth, they were great in the segment. Like the whole
thought it was
segment
good.
was perfect. Right up until when the Miz thought he was getting his ass kicked, and the Miz Taraj smacked Finn and Seth, and you realize the entire thing was nothing but a ruse the entire time. That just made the segment better. Like you realize, you're like, oh my God, this is great, because then you know the Miz is just playing everybody. The Miz has become the mastermind. He's become the new
Architect.
architect. And Seth even goes, you think you can outsmart the architect? I'm like, yeah.
I don't know if it was a ruse, though. I see the.
No, I
I
think
see
it's
the
gonna,
beginning.
I think it's gonna,
inroads.
yeah, they're
Yeah.
laying inroads.
Yeah.
Past truck.
But it was
Romania.
the
Yeah.
plan from the Miz was the whole
Yeah,
time
yeah,
to
yeah.
say,
You know what I came out of that segment thinking?
what?
That they need to extend an invitation for Seth Rollins to join the Balor Club. Could you imagine having him in the Balor Club?
Yeah,
And they need that because they worked well together in the ring.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that's kind of a nice little pairing. They should do that and grow the Balor Club by another member. I think that'd be great.
But it was fun though. Watching
Which means they won't do it because
they won't do it. It makes sense.
It could be great.
It makes sense.
Damn it.
On to Smackdown Live. We got some headlines out of there too.
We did.
Yeah. No. We got a couple things.
Jeez.
I'm actually excited that Rusev has been added to the U.S. title match. I got to admit,
We didn't see that coming.
no, I agree with
They
you.
really didn't have a choice.
but I loved it though.
The guy, as far as he's so popular in live and on social media now.
Right.
Because I'm a big social media guy, but
That's what she said.
there's so many people clamoring for him to get a push.
Yep.
And WWE, literally, their Twitter account is getting thousands of tweets a day, retweets from Lana. She puts stuff out there.
Yep.
Why is this guy not being pushed? Are you not listening to your audience? This, that, and the other.
Right.
So I think they kind of felt like they needed to do something with him because at first he was sending out messages trying to get celebrity to fight him, and they were going to have a gimmick match possibly with him and a celebrity at WrestleMania. That fell through, so they just put him in this U.S. title match.
But I think it made the U.S. title match better.
Now it just added more intrigue to the match.
Rusev, Orton, Jinder, and Bobby Roode. That's a fatal four-way.
That's a good four-way.
I want to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah, they need to be very careful. And speaking to Lana and Rusev, because somebody tried this once before. You might remember him. His name was Zack Ryder. He did the YouTube championship belt,
Internet championship,
and the WWE was like, "Oh yeah, that's really good," and pushed him a little bit. He won. He got his moment, and then they pulled the title from him the next week, and we haven't heard from him.
Yeah.
So they need to be very careful with how hard they're pushing, and he's super over, so he's got some insulation. But a
Rusev Day is supposedly one of the top selling T-shirts on WWE.com.
Which is odd because if you think about a year ago, Lana was the most over
I know
female in the company.
I know,
Yep.
And Rusev was an afterthought.
right?
We went to NXT,
And now it's totally flipped, and she can't even get on TV, and he's the most popular guy on the SmackDown roster.
when we were talking about Ryback Jr. during their match, Rusev Day chant started up, and he goes, "I'll give you Rusev Day," and it wasn't like it was it was mocking in a way. But the minute two people started, it grew and grew until everybody was yelling Rusev Day, and I'm like, "Holy!" It was the one chant that everybody chanted in unison.
Let me just pause for just one moment here.
Pause.
You are the guy, and I'm pointing at JB. You can't see me.
You can't see
That
me.
always talks about how you don't like the fans, derailing the show.
Oh, this match didn't need to be derailed. We watched it NXT.
Well, when you spend a day at a brewery,
Oh,
I'm
okay.
getting it started.
Okay, forgive me. I'm sorry. I forgot to factor that
There's
in.
no holds barred when you're starting.
Did you get a feed me more Rusev Day?
Dude, but
Feed me
when I
more.
looked at him, that's the first thing that popped
he
into my
looked like
mind.
Does he really look like Rusev?
Ryback.
Ryback?
He looks
Yeah.
like a slimmer Ryback.
Like if you took Ryback and put him in the dryer, I'm telling you,
he looks
Jeez.
like a slimmer Ryback,
Yeah.
and his the way he looks and his style was so
was bad.
similar.
And now a word from Ryback. And now we move on.
All right. So
He fell off the earth.
Daniel
It's got a
Bryan,
podcast.
Daniel Bryan comes out.
Don't listen to it.
Who?
Daniel Bryan
Wow.
Oh,
comes out,
that guy.
does a really good promo. Talks about how he's going to wrestle at WrestleMania, that he's going to kick people's ass, and that he's going to challenge, KO and Sammy versus Shane and Daniel.
Nice.
My problem with this is I don't know if I believe this match is going to happen because I've read several stories outside of WWE that Shane's really sick, not deadly sick, but he's.
Oh, no, that's the problem.
I don't think they would have announced it if he wasn't able to go because they're
I
2
don't-
weeks. It's not like they're 2 months out. They're
I don't
2
believe
weeks
that.
out.
I don't believe that either. He is supposed to be diagnosed with diverticulitis, which is
Reticulitis.
which is a very serious disease. I agree with you.
Saying a faster won't make it.
It's the disease that took Brock out of MMA the first time.
Yeah.
Yes, it did.
And there's talk that he needs surgery, and he's currently in the hospital now in New York getting treatments and stuff like that. And I'm trying to figure out where we're going with this. I don't know if they think he's
It's a
going to make
perfect
it.
opportunity to call somebody up.
You think so?
I mean, if he's not going to go, you're bringing somebody in, you're calling somebody up. There's nobody on that main roster on SmackDown that fills that spot.
No, I agree
that's
with you.
WrestleMania worthy.
Well, Vince could step in.
Not gonna happen.
Shut your damn whore mouth.
Irish would.
No chance.
We'd be
That's
taking
what you got.
We'd be driving Irish to the hospital during WrestleMania.
No
if we had to watch that.
chance.
I just got spontaneous diverticulitis.
You know, when Daniels in the ring goes, I got a McMahon, but not the McMahon you expected.
Stephanie comes out. So crazy thing.
Linda will come out. Linda will come out and wrestle.
She's busy with the president right now. I want to talk about that, but did you see that El Generico started posting again?
Yep.
What's up with that?
They're playing with it. No, they're playing the fact they've been fired.
Yeah. So who could the WWE call up or bring in that would take the place of a Shane McMahon? Because I think they're not saying anything because A, they want to get that pop surprise, and B, they want to make sure they're selling tickets and pay-per-view buy rates and stuff. So who could they bring up to go against Sami Zayn and Kevin
So you think it'd be
Owens?
somebody brought up, not somebody on the roster currently?
I've heard Ziggler maybe, but if you take Ziggler out of the Rumble,
Yeah, you need him in the Rumble,
you
the
need
Battle
him-
Royal.
Yeah, the Battle Royal.
He's a heel anyway. So
Yeah, so who would you bring up? Who could Daniel Bryan make a phone call to and bring up? I've got a couple of ideas.
All right, go ahead with your ideas.
One of them is Chris Jericho.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that would work.
Perfect
But
solution.
he can't do it though.
Why not?
He is doing a concert in New Hampshire that day. In fact, he's been advertising it that he does a show during the day, and then you get to stay and watch WrestleMania with him afterwards and the band. So
Okay.
he's out.
Okay.
Completely out. Like, it's not a joke. Like, he's
Okay.
sold tickets and everything.
So they could bring up Adam Cole
Possibly.
for one
Too
night.
soon. It would be good. I would love it, but I don't think they would.
For
No.
one night.
Or could you bring back Joe and move him brands?
Could, but there's
There's no history there.
but in the Indies there is, but
Because the thing is, if
I mean, you don't really need a history.
But if you did Joe, you could say it's 4 indie guys. Like, you could literally be like, I made a call to an old friend who's ready, and Joe could come out. Plus, it would move him to
Is the-
SmackDown, which
is-
we want anyways. I want Joe on SmackDown.
is The Rock out?
yeah, or else he'd be doing the thing with Ronda.
Yeah, Rock's
Oh,
out.
okay.
Yeah, Rock's out.
Well, there is one other person.
Who?
Do.
No, Cena's got Taker.
Yeah. That's
But what if he doesn't? This gives him his WrestleMania moment.
I don't want brother-in-laws.
That would pop the crowd.
Oh, it would pop the
Yeah.
crowd, and I would turn off my TV, but it
I
would pop the
too.
crowd.
I would totally
and
too.
pop some popcorn?
It would make me pop my 9th beer of the day, but that's beside the point.
The only other thing that I could see them doing that would be on par with that they can't do, which would be Cody Rhodes.
Yeah, he
Nah,
won't.
he
Yeah,
won't
yeah.
do that.
He's too busy with Bullet Club.
The only thing I can think of is if you had signed, and I'm not saying it, but like a Cody or a Kenny or something like that, where you could bring them in.
Yeah, that'd have to be a big.
It had to be a big name, independent
It's
guy.
gonna be huge.
Like, it had to be huge, as in Daniel says that, hey, Shane's out. So I had to make some phone calls, and I found a buddy.
There is one.
I'm trying to think who Daniel would have a connection
wrestle.
to.
Oh, I got Johnny Gargano.
Gargano wouldn't be bad.
Gargano wouldn't be a bad choice.
That wouldn't be bad.
That would be a really good choice,
Yeah,
actually.
that would bring him on the main roster, which he's due
He's
anyway.
not ready for that, though. He's still got to figure out this crap with Ciampa.
Yeah, but he's been fired from NXT though. So
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
remember, he's not technically on NXT, so this could be their chance to bring him up.
That's really not a bad choice.
And they're similar.
That really would be
Yeah,
a great choice.
and it would put Gargano on SmackDown, which is where you'd want him
perfect way
anyways.
for debut him, in my opinion.
Yeah, actually not a bad idea.
That's a good idea. That's a great thought.
Yeah. So, last thing I want to bring up was the burgeoning personality of Shinsuke Nakamura every week getting bigger and bigger. Remember when he asked AJ to be at ringside with him? Then after the match says,
Come hang out with me.
I did not need you. I just wanted you to watch. And then in my favorite moment of the entire week was when he almost ran across the ring to give him the knee to the face, Kinshasa, stops, and then taps AJ on the head and walks out.
Mind games.
That was amazing.
Yeah. You've got two of the greats really doing what they do better than most people on the planet.
That is the match I'm looking forward to the most at WrestleMania right now.
Yeah.
Is AJ versus Shinsuke.
Without a doubt.
That's the
And
one
if it's not last, it damn well better be second to last.
it should be. It'll be Rousey.
Yeah.
But
Rousey will be last.
That whole segment. Just the way AJ's playing it, of where he doesn't know what quite was going on, and you see the look in his face like, really, you want me out there? Are you sure?
Right.
All right. And then even when when he was out there and he was helping out, and Shinsuke kind of looked at him like, I just want you out here to watch me watch somebody get their ass kicked.
Right.
I loved it.
Speaking of Rousey, real quick, I just thought of something. They got to be careful with her, not to give her too much too soon, like the Roman Reigns treatment, because she's gonna get a lot of resentment from the women backstage.
It's already got it.
Oh, she's already got it.
Well, they're saying all the right things right now, that she's trying to endear herself and she's working hard, this, that, and the other. But imagine a scenario where she shows up in main events WrestleMania, and there's rumor the Nia Jax Bliss match could be on a pre-show. So imagine how that would go over.
That's crap.
Imagine how that will go over in the locker room.
Yeah.
So they got to be careful with Ronda.
Yeah.
Not giving her too much too soon. But
all right.
That's not right.
But we are. God, next week's shows will all be WrestleMania. Just so you know, like we're gonna break down every match. We're gonna have a good week next week. Before we move on, I do want to give my line of the week. It was from The Miz, and it was when he said to Bo, maybe you should leave yourself back to catering. I literally had to pause it, rewind it back, and listen again. The line was given with such force and emphasis that I was like, holy crap, that was funny as hell.
The great thing about great pairings when you get like the Miz Taraj, or when you have like when Miz was with Sandow.
Yep.
The best thing about these pairings is how great it was while they're doing their shtick, but it's even better when they finally implode.
Yeah.
It's just fun to watch all that.
I think it's going to explode.
I'm hoping that Dallas and Axel get something out of this run.
I hope so too.
Miz
I
Taraj.
don't think they will, because they're still not stand out to me.
But they're a good little team.
They
should be a
good
tag team.
They're a great tag team. They just need something. They need, they need something to set them apart, because like I saw somewhere that the colognes were released a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
I'd forgotten they were still with the company.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's the problem that they have. And, we're getting ready to go through a slew of...
There's going to be shakeups.
A slew of future endeavoring. So I hope they're not on that list.
I would like to thank Stone Brewing Company for your Totalitarian Imperial Russian Stout.
See what happens when you slow down. It really works for you.
Yeah.
10.6%.
Slow down, and she'll enjoy it more.
Oh, it was good. It was good. It was good.
That's what she said. Hey, make sure you come over to Facebook.com/Beers and Body Slams podcast. You can check out all of our little social posts. We put some videos. We put some little fun stuff up there. Plus, we put some links to some great stuff. Make sure you find us over on beersandbodyslams.com. You see all of our show archives and links to our sponsors.
Follow us on the Untapped app. You can find this glorious beer in your area with the wonderful search feature on the app. Follow me at GoodOLJB as I give my liver the pop-up power bomb from this past weekend.
You can follow me at Mr. Fluffy as my liver looks like the road to WrestleMania. Full of glitter, rocks, maybe a few pieces of corn.
Road corn, cone.
Some shrimp, whatever happens to be in there, it just shows up.
And you can follow me as I give my liver the Hunicorn off the top rope at the Irish O'Leary.
Make sure you tune in Monday. We're going to have a fun Monday topic show. We're going to talk about sort of fantasy title matches. This is going to be any generation, any champion. We're just going to have some fun with who we would pick if you had a time machine. You could just pick people from generations and throw them into a match and put a title on them and see what happened.
All moolah all the time.
Yeah. And then next Thursday, we're going to have our full-on WrestleMania preview show.
WrestleMania.
So we're going to go through every single match. We're going to analyze them. We're going to talk about what we want to see happen, what we hope would happen, what we think is going to happen, who we're going to pick to win. JB, we're going first because he is the current champion.
I am not.
Oh, no, that's right. You and I are tied.
We're tied.
Oh, that's right.
Snoochies. We're
Oh,
tied,
that's right. I
Snoochie
forgot.
Boochies.
We'll have to flip a coin to figure out who picks first. Which
I'll defer to your leadership.
All right, whatever.
Careful with that.
That's what she said.
As always, make sure your pint glasses full and your body slam stiff.
For life.
You've been listening to the Beers and Body Slams podcast. Find us online at beersandbodyslams.com and on Facebook at facebook.com/Beers and Body Slams podcast. Until next time.
Have a nice day.